That always works. Okay. Do we have to have a motion to open the administrative session? I'll entertain a motion to open the administrative session of our hearing tonight. Mr. Dempsey, seconded by Ms. Young. All in favor? Aye. The administrative session is now open. So we have one item to decide since Whippoorwill was continued, and that is 16 Oak Road. I take a motion to take 16 Oak Road off the table by Mr. Hoydick, seconded by Mr. Dempsey. All in favor? Aye. 16 Oak Road is now up for deliberation.
Make a motion that we approve this.
Start again.
Boy, whoever thought this up. I'd like to make a motion that we approve this. The guy's just trying to build a garage for his car so he can tinker around with them. I really don't see there's no opposition, and that's it.
Motion to approve by Mr. Dempsey.
I'll second his motion. In the approval, it's to a waiver, to grant a waiver for the side yard variance and the height variance, correct?
That is my understanding.
Okay. I'll make a second.
Seconded by Mr. Hoydick.
Can I ask for
Ms. Young?
If I could ask for clarification on the motion, what is the hardship that's being cited to support the motion?
Mr. Dempsey, would you like to address that?
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go along with the location was there since 1930, and it predates the zoning board to begin with. So that's what I'm going with.
Okay. I have a question for the other board members. I did not get a chance to drive up to this particular site and take a look at it. Did any of the other board members get up there? Mr. Hoyte, can you elaborate the landscape up there? I know the general area.
The house is, number one, Oak Road is like an off the beaten path road, okay? Part of it's dirt, believe it or not. The house is in the end, it's like a cul-de-sac or a dead end. The house is set down. That's why I don't believe there's going to be any real issue with the height, because it's a two-family structure already. This is going to be behind it. It's not going to be higher than the house itself. It's secluded. There's really very little traffic, if any, back there.
Okay.
So I don't see it being an issue. And if like John said, if the guy wants to build a garage, it's no big deal. Only thing is it's going to be a crowded yard. And I can understand his position on the expanding the lots, okay? You know, he's got plans for that, and this really doesn't make that much impact on that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Is there any other discussion or concerns with this application before we go to a roll call vote? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't look to my right. Mr. Hibansky.
I would encourage the board here to consider maybe making sure that all unregistered vehicles have to be kept inside, no storage of any parts or tires or anything. Everything should be done inside. You shouldn't even be able to know that there's really any major car repairs going on. Obviously, you move a car out, you do a little something, fix it. But I think most everything should be contained inside.
I agree with that. We can make a stipulation on that, right? Looking at it.
Are you amending your motion with a stipulation, Mr.
Yes.
Dempsey?
Yes, I amend the motion with a stipulation that all tires and car parts and stuff and everything is to be done inside.
Fantastic.
Okay?
So noted. Any other questions before we take a roll call vote? Yes, Ms.
Does
Schweitz.
your amendment also include any actual mechanical work done to the cars would be done inside the garage? Okay.
Okay, so noted. We have a motion by Mr. Dempsey to approve with conditions and seconded by Mr. Hoydick. Roll call vote. Ms. Young?
Nay?
Nay. Mr. Dempsey?
Yes.
Ms. Streets?
Yes.
Mr. Hoydick?
Yes.
And the chair, I will vote yes. So the motion passes 4-1. I need a motion to approve the minutes of July 3rd regular meeting.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Streets, seconded by Mr. Hoydick. All in favor by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried unanimously. Mr. Urbanski, anything for campsite review?
No.
Being none, there's no, any members' concern? I was looking at the audience that's disappeared. Any members' concerns or comments? Ms. Young?
When we had the certificates of mailings given to us this evening, it reminded me of a conversation we had a few months ago. Could we change our routine to receive those certificates of mailing in the office prior to these meetings? I don't remember how that conversation concluded. Mr. Urbanski, do you recall, or can I put it back on the docket for consideration?
We certainly could, and I remember discussing it, and I wanted to check with the town attorney's office. We did. There's no, there would be no concern about allowing the applicant to do that, and they can do that now. The application says that they must at least present it at the public hearing, so if we want to add that to some other changes that I think the chairman and I were overlooking the application, that could be one of them. That's something that the board wants.
I would recommend if you could add that to your considerations for future modifications to the application forms to require it be submitted during the course of business at your department's office, allowing you and your staff to verify so that we don't have what happened once before where someone got here and then forgot, and then we played this waiting game for someone to run around the parking lot and go look for them.
Okay, that's an excellent idea. To Jay's point, I don't know, and I'll ask the town attorney and Jay this question. There can be improvements, as you have just noted, exactly as you just said, to this entire process. And I don't know, I mean, we do everything here under the lights and chambers, but can we meet in just an administrative session in your office with any board members that want to attend to kind of brainstorm how to make the process better? Or is that?
I would do, that's what this administrative session I think is for right now. I mean, I think
Oh, okay.
that's what.
So it's all done publicly, okay.
I will yield to the wonderful choice we made in hiring the planning and zoning administrator, that he knows best what's best for us, and I thank you in anticipation of you making the changes, some of which we discussed to date, and any others you've thought of. But if you want to hear from us, you can talk to us, I guess, 2 by 2, so we don't end up having a quorum in your office without a publicly noticed meeting.
Very good.
I'd also be happy to bring in a redlined copy of the application with some of the proposed tweaks that we've been thinking about. That way everybody has a chance to weigh in, and then assuming everyone feels comfortable, I can make those changes for everyone. So I'll bring that to the next meeting.
Great. Any other members' concerns or comments? Last item, other items, Alvarez versus Zoning Board of Appeals. No discussion is required. Would you like to speak to that?
Sure, I'll be here next month. That's been, yeah, it's been remanded by the Superior Court, as most of you are aware, and there'll be a public hearing on that application once again, October 10th. And I'll be prepared. Maybe I'll have something sent out to you guys. I think I already did, about what the judge's orders were in regards to that appeal. So I'll be here if you guys have any questions.
Great. Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn by Ms. Young, seconded by Mr. Dempsey. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you again for your public service.